Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are on this fine planet. This is Paul Raw coming back at you. This is episode 2 of my Addendum series. I know I fancy myself a professional. I have a set of series. I've divvied and divided shit up into sections. I have a fucking bibliography out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm professional. So, show me some love. Like, comment, subscribe, share, if you will. Do what you like, man. Do what you do. But today, today's addendum is going to be from my Manosphere series. If that, you know, interests you at all, you may just not be interested in the Black Manosphere. Let's be more specific. This is my addendum for the Black Manosphere coverage. Whatever I've covered for the Black Manosphere, this is an addendum. And the title of this episode is Black Manosphere Apocalypse. Now, mind you, if you saw my last post in my community section, you'll see that, hey, I'm all for Black men coming together and sharing their thoughts. Black men from various backgrounds getting together. It's almost like how the church operated a long time ago. I can remember going to church or several churches, and you had Black men from every sector of society under one roof. So I'm all about communing with my brethren. I understand. The only thing I would ask of the Black Manosphere is to pivot. You're behind the curve, man. I've said this before on their lives, and I may have said this in my other coverage for the Black Manosphere. You guys need to factor in regionalism. Some of you guys, or most of you guys, seem to be located in either the South or the Midwest. That's what it seems like. You have a few in the Northeast and a couple on the West Coast, particularly Dr. Tiasan Johnson is on the West Coast. So, but a majority of you guys are in the South and Midwest. I could tell by your accents. Okay, that's just what it is. And there's no slight to my Southern or Midwestern brothers. I love you guys, man. The South and the Midwest have my heart forever. I've contemplated relocating to the Midwest or the South, because, man, this shit you guys are talking about in the Black Manosphere has been in my life since I was a child. I just didn't have a name for it. I had an understanding of it, but, I didn't have a name for it. So everything you guys speak about in the Black Manosphere, I spoke about this stuff since at least junior high, and maybe even younger. I think I may have told a story about my female cousins and how they would say stuff, and they're in Boston, and they grew up in the backdrop of the Combahee River Collective. I didn't know how impactful that movement was on Boston's, local Black population. I really didn't know until I got older, and I was maybe like, 16 or 17. And I ran across a Caribbean girl who told me more about it. And then I did further research, and I just left it there. And it was, reintroduced to me by Professor Green Gorilla, the G with the PhD. So, I just want to keep you guys on your toes. You got to pivot, baby. It's getting hard out here for a pimp, man. It's not a game, nigga. These motherfuckers, they got shit coming guns a-blazing. And the first example I'll bring up is none other than pretty much the godfather of your movement. He, kind of went on a self-exile from the Manosphere, and he's back. He's back. He's back. Okay, he's here to repo his whole shit. Okay, and there's none other than Mr. Tariq Nasheed. He's here to repo the shit. He's most likely waiting in the cut, waiting for the right time to pounce on you motherfuckers. He sees your numbers and he says, fuck it. I created this shit damn near. I'm going to take it over, you know? And that's why he held back on calling out Kevin Samuels really, harshly. It's my belief that Kevin Samuels may have, I want to word this correctly. He may have participated in alternative lifestyles, if not full-time, then part-time, if you understand what I'm saying. So he may have been a switch hitter. Who knows? But that's what I suspect. But even Tariq hinted to this suspicion. But he held back on really going after Kevin Samuels. And he made a comment about Kevin Samuels. And Kevin Samuels, pretty much bowed and kissed the ring. So he bowed out. I think I saw a tweet or something he posted like, hey, I don't want any problems with you, Tariq. And the second person he went at was O'Shea Duke Jackson. And that motherfucker ran with his tail between his legs, man. That motherfucker. And the thing about O'Shea, which was so comical, is the fact that he's in California. Or no, he's not in California. He's currently in Africa, but he's originally from Sacramento. So Tariq could easily dox this motherfucker and get all types of information on this motherfucker. And that's why Tariq told him, hey, you're too easy. Because all he has to do is give a couple calls and somebody will give him some intel, and he's petty. This nigga is Petty Pendergrass, nigga. That's his name. That's a nickname I have for that nigga. Petty Pendergrass. You know what I'm saying? So O'Shea ducked out. He took that L, took it to the chin and kept it moving. I thought it was quite cowardly. He should have stood up for himself just a little bit, nigga. Don't let this nigga punk you, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. And honestly, if he ever hears this, I'm going to tell you, Playboy, Mr. Tariq Nasheed. Man, I mean, I've already said this. I read your book a long time ago. I read The Art of Macking. I read the Player Be Played book, whatever book that was focused on women, I made sure to read that shit thoroughly. I didn't fucking like speed read like I read The Art of Macking. The Art of Macking was just like, it was very simple. But Player Be Played, I want to really read that shit. So I read that shit. I can't lie. Because I saw it like this. If this nigga's giving information to women, I should know what these bitches know. Shit. The same thing went for Steve Harvey in his book. What the fuck was the name of his book? I don't even remember that shit. But everybody knows Steve Harvey had a relationship book. So I made sure to read, Steve Harvey's book just like I read Tariq's book, because you have to stay on top of things, You have to make sure, you understand what's going on out here, And like I said, for all you dudes in the Manosphere, he's going to dox you. This is what this nigga does. This nigga has some type of special fucking connections where he can get information on anybody. It's like this nigga. I remember when he went after that girl with Professor Griff. Zaza Ali. That's her name. Zaza Ali. He found out information I couldn't even found out. And I'm from the Bay. I've lived in the Bay. I most likely couldn't get too much intel on her ass. This motherfucker got everything on her ass. And everybody else, who else did he do? I mean, who else did he dox? The conspiracy dude. That's his name, I think. He's a little Haitian guy in Connecticut. He doxed that dude. And Tariq, okay, the reason I called this the Manosphere apocalypse is because, dog, this guy, he latches on to things, sucks them dry, and then moves on. That's what this motherfucker does. First, he did it with the pimping and all that other shit, because around the time he released that book, his first book, The Art of Macking, There was a movie called Pimps Up, Hoes Down, and he pretty much took over that whole movement. If you know what I know, you know that there are people like Rosebud, or even this guy named Kenny. Kenny passed away recently. God rest his soul. He passed away recently. Then there was another guy. Let me see if I can find this guy's name. Payroll. That's that motherfucker's name. Let me make sure I'm correct. Let me see if I am correct. Let me see. Ah, man, I don't know. Yeah, that has to be his name. Let me just look this. Just put that in. Yeah, here we go. Let me just let me show you payroll. And actually, I'll bring up all these guys. So people who are in the know what I'm talking about. This is a little refresher. But Tariq is known for taking over shit and just sucking it dry and moving on. So this is payroll right here. Right here. This is payroll. So payroll was a part of the whole pimps up, hoes down. Let's see. Let's look up. And these guys are still around. Don't get me wrong. So if you guys ever stumble across my videos by chance, they're still around. And then the second guy is Rosebud. This is Rosebud OG. Who else? Oh, this is the fucking the OG. He's like, man, he makes you like rethink your life choices and shit, because this motherfucker's outliving everybody. This guy right here, Fillmore Slim, they were all a part of that push during the whole pimps up, hoes down period. They could have done like this guy did in his, retirement years from pimping, if you will. I don't support that. I don't support that at all. But these guys could have used that movie Pimps Up, Hoes Down as a retirement plan, like this guy did for his career. Iceberg Slim. Everybody should know this guy. If you're in the know, Iceberg Slim was able to pretty much segue into, mainstream society. He was able to parlay all of his pimp years into a legitimate business, So this is Iceberg Slim. This is the beginning of all of that. Actually, he's most likely the beginning of what you could call a black manosphere. I think I may have said this in a previous broadcast, that I suggest if you want to know the game, or the lowest form of the game where it all starts, read his book Pimp. It's easy read. I'm not suggesting it for you to read it to become a pimp. I'm suggesting you to read it to understand the psychology of that life, which is is not good. It's not good. Okay. But yes, there have been professors who have used this book in psychology classes. That's documented. He did numerous interviews. He became well known. Okay. Let's and like I said, let's bring up this movie. Yeah, Pimps Up, Hoes Down. This is the movie. I think this is the advertisement for it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And here goes the other guy he usurped. Tariq usurped this guy, Bishop, Bishop Don Juan. They all could have parlayed their appearances into bigger things. I think Bishop Don Juan is the most successful out of all of the ones I've mentioned. I don't know if that was their, goal, because, Pimp's life is really just random. It's like they live day by day, you know. But Tariq usurped these guys, and he's gonna do this with the Manosphere most likely. That I think that's what he wants to do, you know. But to get back to Tariq, he really is going to try to obliterate the Manosphere, take it over, eat it from the inside out, and make it his own. You know, that's what he's gonna do. That he only has up 5 videos, so you guys have some time and a chance to really retract, retread, and go ahead. You know, you have a chance. There's only 5 videos deep. But to get back to the other things he's co-opted and taken over is, of course, the conscious community. After the whole pimping thing died out, because I remember that era. You know, that's why I don't support it at all. You know, I have certain affiliations with that life through family, and I know what it entails. It's very unhealthy. It doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. You know, as they say, the game should be sold and not told. So, you know, if I get a Patreon, I'll give y'all the game. But that's just, you know, me as a dumb nigga from Brownsville who ain't got no game sharing the real shit. But that's neither here nor there. So let's start from where I left off, or let's start from the top. So Tariq ate the whole pimp culture, the Manosphere beta version. He fucking ate that from the inside out, then moved on. Then he moved on to the conscious community because he paid attention to all of the debates back in the day. You know, the whole what's that guy's name? Sonetter and the conscious community. He paid attention to their numbers. You can see it. You can go to Sonetter today, and he most likely gets a good 50,000 on a video. That's a lot for just for motherfuckers bickering and babbling back and forth. That's a lot. And I've seen Sonetter in New York. That motherfucker looks like he's living good. He was coming out of Macy's in Herald Square. It's not cheap to shop in that motherfucker. They don't have a bargain basement at Macy's anymore in Herald Square. You know, so he was dressed up too. This was like on a weekend, like Sunday morning and shit. This motherfucker was pimping. So Tariq saw the money there, and even he's done interviews with Sonetter. You know, they kind of played hand in hand with him usurping the whole conscious community. And you know, just in case I left out what he did to usurp the conscious community, he created Hidden Colors, of course. Hidden Colors was just a collage of a bunch of different people he saw online and people we all knew of, like Professor James Small. We all, you know, I knew about him at least, you know, because he used to give lectures in New York all the time. You know, Brother Kaba, I didn't know too much. Who else did he have? Yunoko Rashidi, if that's how you pronounce his name. I knew of him. God rest his soul. You know, I knew of all these dudes. You know, we all grew up on that shit back in the 90s and shit. All of us. So he took that shit, ate it from the inside out, and then fucking discarded them. You know, no more, you know, watching niggas bicker on YouTube. You know, no more niggas on the corner just talking shit, making money without any investment. They're doing it on the corner, but they're getting YouTube dollars. That's like free money damn near. You know, Sonetter had the camera equipment already because this motherfucker was a grifting ass nigga putting real scholars out of business by selling their $40 videotapes for fucking $5 and shit. But yeah, he ate them from the inside out and just moved the fuck on, really. It took who he deemed worthy to appear in his Hidden Colors series. Shit, he just brought in Red Pill and Blue Pill. They were the most known motherfuckers. I remember when one of them, I don't know which one it was because they're twins, but I can remember seeing Red Pill or Blue Pill, whichever one it was, talking about vending in New York and how, you know, fuck a job, I could make more money vending. And he was fucking right. You know, these motherfuckers have like a silk screen business in New York. You know, they pretty much allow you to come do your thing, like make whatever you want. To my knowledge, I don't know if they're still in operation, but to get back to my point is he just brought them into the fold. But before that, before they were in his last movie, I believe it's called The American Maroon, he didn't fucking involve them. I can even remember him mentioning how some people would request to be in his docuseries, and he said something to the effect of, you have to have credentials, you have to be known. That's why he brought in an unknown Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar had credentials. He's just not somebody speaking out their ass. He has credentials. I don't really think that's the best way to go about it, because Malcolm X didn't have credentials. But hey, this nigga's a businessman. This motherfucker right here, he gets the best motherfuckers to make his shit, and that's why it's fucking entertaining. Because somebody sent me copies of Hidden Colors. I avoided that shit like the plague. I was like, man, I'm a grown man. I got to work. I got kids. I do not need that shit in my life. But some girl sent it to me by email. And yeah, and I watched it, and I was like, oh shit. Now I know why these kids like this shit. Because for me, back in the days, like I just spoke about Sonetter selling VHS tapes. For all you kids, a VHS tape was a huge fucking black rectangular fucking device, or fucking whatever you called it. It was big. It's nothing like anything It's way bigger than the DVD disc or Blu-ray disc. That's what you guys call them. I don't know. And I would buy them. But when you watch the videotapes, they were long, and like you have to be interested in the topic to watch those shits, because it's like watching paint dry. It was fucking boring. I would watch pieces of it, then come back to it. It could sometimes be on the background while I'm playing a video game with my friends. Sometimes it was in the background when I was writing rhymes or making beats. It was always something in the background. So I say all I have to say, when I saw the Hidden Colors series, I knew why these kids liked it. It's because he made it very entertaining. Everything was fast, coordinated, set up well. He had industry professionals. He said this in one of his broadcasts. I can't remember when, but he said he was going for meetings with television production companies, and he turned down the deals, but he said he made sure to get all the knowledge of who, directs, or who was the cinematographers, who was the editors, who were the producers. And he made sure to, stay in that circle. It's all about networking. Your network equals your net worth, is what they say, right? So he made sure to most likely, procure their services. And they made his shit industry quality. I can't lie. I mean, everything I saw in the shit is the shit I already knew. And that's why I avoided the shits, because I already know this shit. I ain't got time for that shit. I can remember I gave all my books to my brother at one time. I said, I don't want any of this shit. Some of them were his books. He just, repoed them, just like Tariq's gonna repo the Manosphere or the Black Manosphere. So I understood why the Hidden Color series was so attractive to the kids, man. I mean, I understand, but let's move along. So he ate out the whole pimp culture shit in the late 90s. He ate them the conscious community from the inside out. The conscious community got so fucking thrown off course that they started having niggas with one ponytail from the side and nose rings and all types of weird shit. They went from one extreme, which could be, I'm not going to say his name because he, God rest his soul, but they used to have people in that community that were extreme. You're like, damn, homie. But hey, I'm open to almost anything. I like to learn sometimes. I'm a dumb nigga from Brownsville. But yeah, so he left them so distraught that they would take anybody talking shit. And it was like, God damn, you niggas are desperate, huh? Shit, they got so desperate that motherfucker, what's his name? What the fuck is that nigga's name? Shit, I can't remember that nigga's name. What's this nigga's name? Excuse me for my cursing. I'm so uncivilized. But his name is right on the tip of my tongue. I cannot. Hold on. It's coming to me as I type. I don't remember what's that dude's name. Damn, I can't remember this. It's on the tip of my tongue. What is that nigga's name? Forget it. It will come to me as soon as I stop recording. Oh, let me put that in. Let me. I bet he'll come up then. Yep, here we go. What is this motherfucker's name? What is this motherfucker's name? Let's see if we can know this motherfucker's name real quick. Let me see if he comes up. Let me see if I can see his name. This motherfucker didn't put his name in the damn title. Damn. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Brother Polite. That's that motherfucker's name. Actually, let me put his face up real quick. So Tariq ran these niggas out of the conscious community so fast that this dude right here, Brother Polite, just started scamming like a motherfucker. His scam was so fucking beautiful that this motherfucker made it to the Breakfast Club. Tariq ate the conscious community from the inside out, that them niggas had to leave the underground to go to mainstream to really make that real money and really put everything at risk. Now, this motherfucker Polite is damn near in hiding. I think he was charged with some type of statutory rape shit. I don't want to make a false claim, so allegedly. This is some time ago. I don't know what happened, and I'm gonna leave that alone, But yeah, Tariq ate them from the inside out, and the shit is this nigga is hilarious. And I will be the first to admit, I said this in my last video, that he's one of my guilty pleasures. The nigga's funny, but he is liberation entertainment. That's all he is. He's not gonna do shit, most likely. And if he ever hears this, I got nothing but respect for you, homie. Play on, player. But the truth is the motherfucking truth. Whatever you do at that museum, do what you do. Hopefully you can make that shit and turn it into a beacon of light for Black people in entertainment. And then there may not be a need for you anymore. And that's another thing. He may eat out the community who stands to break into Hollywood. Damn, I'm thinking ahead of myself. Yeah, all these motherfuckers online with their skits and shits, a lot of them are funny. Like the motherfucker Big Ja. Who else? Damn, Nelly videos, Carrie, Daphne Springs has her moments, Delay, all these motherfuckers. We know who they are, man. They're funny as fuck. So he may use a hidden history museum to eat them from the inside out, But that's just, suspicion, not conspiratorial at all. I'm not making any wild, claims. But this motherfucker right here, this motherfucker. So yeah, that's the first thing that I believe will lead to the what I call this video, the Manosphere apocalypse. And this is not hating on you. I'm not hoping for this. I'm just here to forewarn you, homie. It's like I grew up where we warn people. We don't sit around and play dumb, just snicker at people as they fuck up. That's not how I was raised. Okay, I was raised, to help people when they need it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I forgot the other movements this nigga ate from the inside out. I was gonna move on to the real fucking killer shit. So the motherfucker went and created an offshoot of the ADOS movement. I don't believe he ate that from the inside out, because Yvette and Tone are professionals. You can't take them out as easily as some pimps and some niggas babbling about Egypt and fucking the Dogon. And that's not to downplay any of that knowledge, but hey, it is what it is, as they say. But he ate the ADOS movement, not from the inside out. They're still alive because, Yvette had to do something to keep herself honest, which is start a nonprofit. I think it's called a 5013B or C. I don't know the exact title of a nonprofit, but anyone who's in the know knows. Okay. So he created FBA, we all know, Foundational Black American, and now he's moving on. He realizes but so much traction there. you know. And the infamous excuse he always makes is, shit, I barely make any money off this shit. Y'all should be happy I'm doing this shit. So he does that with everything, dog. He plays down how much he makes off of it, but he lives a good life allegedly. I don't know. Not pocket watching. That's that nigga's business. I'm not like Bucci. You know, that's my problem with Bucci when he talks about Tariq. It's more like, nigga, we all know, if you have any sense and you're about your shit, you know that the best way to deal with something is to give people an alternative. That's the best way. We all know that shit. So if Bucci really had a problem with that shit, his ass would have fucking, you know, created an alternative. But no, he didn't. He's just sitting there, you know, dick riding and doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the other movements he took over, or not took over, but what he destroyed was the whole divestiture movement. You know, let me bring this up. Stop screen. Okay, present share screen. So this was one of his first attacks on what you would call a bed wench at that time, which evolved to the divestiture movement. Is this video right here? Look how long ago this shit is. Pay attention. Look at the fucking hand. Look at the fucking cursor thing. Look at it, man. That's 10 years ago, nigga. 2013, 10 years ago. So this is an interview he did with the lady by the name of Wendy Wright. He put her on Front Street because he did an interview where she was like, you know, acting all scared and timid by his video series, the Hidden Color series, and he pretty much sent her on her way. I haven't heard or seen her since, nigga. You know? And then he was the first person to really introduce us to Cynthia G. He obliterated her ass, and her ass had to become like a fringe, like a caricature of just the bed wench. Like, she went super bed wench, and she's not even really a bed wench. I think her baby daddy is black, but she started talking about fucking killing black baby boys in the womb. Like, if you found out, you know, I forgot how long you have to get an abortion, but she was pushing for not giving birth to black boys. And that's just totally reprehensible. It's sad. It's despicable. And may God have mercy on her soul. But he introduced us to Cynthia G and then discarded her. It was like a 1-2 punch and shit. And now we see what she's doing. So that's the third movement. Let me see if I got this right. So first the pimps, then conscious community, and actually he did the divestors first before ADOS. So this nigga is known for doing this shit. This is what this motherfucker does. So this doesn't have to be an end to the Black Manosphere. This is a time when Dr. Tiasan Johnson needs to step up. Dr. Green Gorilla needs to step up. All of the professionals, and that's why I say he can't destroy the ADOS movement, because there are professionals there. That's what was so scary about the ADOS movement to you know, to the political game. They're educated people who can, you know, mentally joust with the best of them. So if you want to save whatever you can't save from this motherfucker eating you from the inside out, you guys got to step up. You know, Tiasan Johnson, Dr. Tiasan Johnson, I believe you're writing a book. You know, I caught your last video, and I think you mentioned it. So do that, man. Please, you have to. Your Black Agenda plan looks good. Flesh it out. Make it right. Green Gorilla, from what you told us, you're 6'3", 240. You know, let these niggas know you rock them, sock them with some knowledge and whatever things you got coming from the shoulders. Let them know, you know. But the bottom line is, it doesn't have to be an apocalypse. You know, it doesn't have to be an end to this community you guys created. But one thing that has to end is focusing on these bitches, because that shit is not gonna get you anywhere, nigga. I know. This is something I like to share with you motherfuckers. I was you guys as a kid, man, as a kid, I was you motherfuckers. I understand, nigga. I remember being slapped by my sister, my play sister, because some black girls told her I was looking up her skirt. Now, mind you, I was flipping a coin up and down, up like it was a coin, but to give you more context, it was a silver dollar or a 50-cent piece. I think the 50-cent piece is the biggest. So I'm amazed by this fucking 50-cent piece. I'm a kid. Shiny things, money, candy. You get the idea. This shit's up my alley. So I'm fucking enjoying flipping it. And it's falling on the ground, of course. And coincidentally, my play sister bent over while I was picking up the coin. And I'm still flipping the shit, not knowing that she's bent over. But I hear this fucking shit in the background. Just fucking this yakking and shit. And yeah, man, it was a hood rats telling her not to let her disrespect me, not let me disrespect her. Excuse me. She slapped the fuck out of me. She could see in that moment I did not know what the fuck was going on. She knew I didn't do anything by the look on my face, and I saw the sadness in her face. And from that day forth, I said, "Fuck that bitch." Okay, okay, okay. So you guys you're gonna have to step it up. You're gonna have to like get out of that stage I was in, like that naivete, you know? So I can even remember another time. This is when I was older, maybe like 12, 13, and I was with my homeboy and I saw a mutual friend or a girl who was a mutual friend, and I'm play fighting with her, just fucking with her. And my friend told me, who was much older than me, he's a player, he's still around. Yeah, he was like, "Nigga, what is wrong with you? Do you not like pussy?" Of course I like pussy. But it was like, dog, I didn't know any other way. I was still a kid. He didn't realize I was a kid, but I was, you guys. My brother used to tell me, like, when it came to girls, "Yo, you're so smart, you're stupid, nigga." Yes, because my brother, he was really advanced when it came to girls. This motherfucker, we would walk in on this motherfucker. He's 8 years old, fucking kissing girls on the couch and shit. Like, god damn, nigga. You know, he used to kiss my god sister. I used to tell my brother, "Hey, he's up off her. What is wrong with you?" So I know where you guys are coming from, but you have to pivot. And like, and a lot of shit I share with you comes from getting game from older niggas and listening, you know, and just listening, you know, and pivoting too. That's one thing I was taught by a relative. You have to pivot, pimping. Stay on. Oh, what's the expression? Stay on your pivot, nigga, because these bitches will switch it up on you. They'll switch it up on you like nobody's business. And I use the word bitch affectionately. I love all my Nubian queen goddesses. But yeah, you got to pivot, homie. But here we go. I think I'm done with Tariq, man. Um, but the next thing that you guys will need to really look into, this is something that may be totally apocalyptic for you passport bros, you know, and I'm not against it. White men have been doing it for years, and I grew up in immigrant centers, if that makes any sense. I grew up where a lot of immigrants move when they first come to America, that being New York and California, if you haven't picked it up. And a lot of my friends would have like older siblings pop up out of the blue. What does that mean? That means their immigrant fucking father usually came here, left the family back home, and now he's bringing over his older children to experience the American life. So that means they were pretty much passport bros on a permanent basis. You know, they moved here and they got a new life, a new wife, and some new kids. You know, I have another relative who fucking does that shit. He's in Colombia. I can even say for my father, he has one child that he created back in Panama. So he's like, I've known about this passport bro shit for a long time, and it's non-racial. I come like the people I'm talking about who had older siblings pop up were Asian, Latino, Indian. Like out of the blue, they'll have an older brother or older sister and shit. So I don't knock what you niggas are doing. It's just the way it was framed, especially with the Austin Holloman motherfucker. I did a video on him when I did the special request for Somali against Pan-Africanism. And yeah, that Alton Holloman guy, he seems like a good guy, but he seems kind of creepy though. you know, because he has all the tools for the trade to do whatever he needs to do in America. So why showcase that part of your life? Why? Really? That should be just an add-on, you know, because for my father, that's what it was. Because, you know, when he created my or when he created, however you want to put it, when he impregnated my brother's mother, he had a girl here in America. He had several girls. That's all. My father used to always have girls here, and my father was just a civil servant. So what is going on with you, homie? That whatever you do all overseas should be in addition to what you have here. And that's my thing. I think I've already expressed my feelings on the Passport Bros, but that's the thing. You can't run from this shit. The game is the game, homie. Yes, the game may be easier wherever you're going now, but as they evolve, it will speed up to what you're running from in America, if that makes any sense, especially when it comes to the the currency exchange rate. We all know the dollar is tanking. So wherever you're going, it won't their currency won't be on par with the dollar, but it will eventually catch up, and you never know. Wherever you're going, it could be on par. There were places a long time ago where their currency was worth more than the American dollar. The American dollar was able to take leaps and bounds over everywhere else because we won World War II. That's just the bottom line of it all, you know? And now we're at a point where we will have to go back to sharing our economic strength in terms of the exchange rate. So for all you Passport Bros, do what you do, but realize you can't run forever, motherfucker. Shit. In fact, there's an old saying my father used to say, um, um, how's it go? The woman, at least in his home country, Panama, or wherever he's gone, because he's really been throughout the Caribbean, he would say that the woman know that all you got to do is get me here and I'll handle the rest. What does that mean? That means they know America is a place where women have rights, rights that they don't have and they can only dream of in their home country. So if they could convince you to get them to America, you impregnate them at the very least, then they could get you. Okay. So wherever you're going, you got to stay there. So a lot of niggas are going to the Philippines from what I mean, I don't know, but I would suggest the Philippines, Guam, Samoa, but you know, what I'm going to share with you may eliminate all of that shit anyway, because may eliminate all, but let's move on, man. But here is what is the real kicker. The real, actually, Tariq was just a prelude to this. This is the real shit. And I'll preface this shit with, I had a coworker who's from Poland and he was complaining about child support. And I said, hey, man, you have a way out of it. Just go back home. And he was like, nah, it's not possible. And at that time, I knew he was bullshitting, but then, as you keep your ear to the street, he must have known something I didn't know, because they've been working that shit out behind the scenes. And what are they working out? This right here. This is an official government site, .gov. This is not some .com. This is not some .net. This is not some random shit. This is an official government website. And what do we have here? International Child Support Enforcement, motherfuckers. So run all you want. Yes, I hate child support. Fuck the motherfuckers. That shit is nothing but a profiteering mission. It has nothing to do with children. It has everything to do with the dollar bill. Okay. Especially in places like California where they charge you like $20 per payment. So just multiply that by 1 million people and you got a considerable amount of money. And there's fucking 40 million people in fucking California. So 1 million people is not hard. I'm actually being modest. Okay. So what is International Child Support Enforcement? This is what it is. Facilitate communication among parents, U.S. states. Let's highlight it so you know what I'm reading. Here we go. Facilitate communication among parents, U.S. states, foreign countries, and other U.S. government agencies on this important subject. What does communication mean? That means fucking find a way to garnish your check from fucking Thailand, to garnish your check from the Dominican Republic, to garnish your check from Colombia. These motherfuckers are diabolical, man. They created a way to drive a wedge between men and women in America, and now they're like, "Oh, you niggas thought you could escape us? Come back here, homie. Let me show you something right here, man." You know. So yeah, man. We already. I mean, if you have any common sense, you would have read through this already. Okay, I already read through it. Okay, provide information through Consular Affairs internet homepage, deny passport services except for direct return to the United States. These motherfuckers, do you get it? So if you motherfuckers say, "Hey, I'm arrears in let's pick a country, Dominican Republic," say you move there, you owe a bitch money and whatever, you're like, "Oh shit, I'll just bounce out of this motherfucker and go somewhere else and shit." No, they're gonna block your passport except to go back to the United States. Okay. And I'm laughing not at the situation. I'm laughing about it, man. It's like these motherfuckers are diabolical. So here we go. Except for okay, let's start over. Deny passport services except for direct return to the United States to persons the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families Office of Child Support Enforcement. HHS backslash ACF. I don't know all that shit really. Backslash OCSE certifies as 2,500 or more in arrears. So that means you're fucked up just like you're in America, because that's the same rule in America. And it started right here. Is to encourage foreign countries to join the Hague Convention on the International Recovery of Child Support and other forms of family maintenance. Okay, the Hague Child Support Convention. Okay, this is some shit right here. This is the real deal, baby. This is what it is. And this is especially important for all my U.S. servicemen. Perhaps gone are the days of you going to whatever foreign country, living on the station, whatever U.S. installment they have wherever, Japan, Germany, Djibouti, whatever they are. Gone are the days possibly that you could drop your seed and just leave. Nah, that may be done. Okay. And then once you're done with the military, you can't necessarily afford to go visit this kid annually. Maybe you can. Who knows? We all know servicemen, especially let's deal with black servicemen. For black servicemen, is particularly problematic because when you get back to America, sometimes the jobs, from what I heard, I wish I could have enlisted in the military. But the jobs you get in the military depends on your ASVAB score. And from what I heard, most black people score pretty low. Me, when I took the ASVAB, I scored like off the charts. I did a dumb nigga from Brownsville though, so I can only imagine the score for somebody else. I don't know. I just don't know, because I'm not going to speak ill of my black servicemen. We appreciate your services and God bless you, brother. But to go back to my train of thought is that when you guys get the low ASVAB score, those skills you learn in the military don't translate, to higher paying jobs once you get back to America. So what does that mean? That means you won't be able to earn enough money to go visit this kid, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But they'll still be able to garnish your fucking paycheck. And the only wish and prayer you guys really have is to hope that the exchange rate plays a role in this shit. Okay. So, you got that out the way. Official government website. Let's go to the next website. Okay. Stop. Okay. Because this was really supposed to be short, but I'm an asshole. I'm a stickler. Here we go. So yeah. So this is the hog, let me see. Where is that shit? This is the website for the organization. This is the website. I suggest you guys go here. Screen capture it is pretty much hcch.net, but I got here through the government website, the previous website. And yeah, this is it right here. Go check this out for yourself. And let's go to the next one. Okay. So this is all official, baby. This is some real shit for you. This is not some shit where we're complaining about bitches and talking about random shit that we think or what we want people to think we're doing. Let's go to the about page, about the HCCH. Here we go. The HCCH Hague Conference on the Private International Law Conference de la Haye de Droit International Privé, whatever language that is. I don't know what the fuck that is an intergovernmental organization, the mandate of which is the progressive unification of the rules of private international law. That's what this shit is. In today's world, individuals and businesses are constantly engaged in cross-border interactions with work, commerce, study, shopping, travel, relationships, and more increasingly taking place across multiple countries. These activities require a high degree of legal certainty and predictability to thrive. Okay, so pretty much they're saying, like, through all of this globalism, there needs to be some type of, streamlining of who pays for that motherfucking kid who needs to eat every day. Because I'm sure the governments or the government leaders who are participating in this future plan realize all the kids that people leave all over the world, because it's not just America, it's motherfuckers from Japan that go sex touristing. They're motherfuckers from Europe, all over Europe. They go to Africa. They go to fucking the Caribbean, you know what I'm saying? Or the Caribbean. And that little kid is an economic burden. They're not, I don't want to call a kid an economic burden, but every child requires a certain amount of money to maintain their living standard. And that is a burden on people who didn't create the child. That's just what it is. There's no two ways about it. Okay. So let's do this though. So, oh man, I'm really fucking sitting up here this long with this shit. So let's do this shit. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the bare bones of this shit, because many of you motherfuckers may not go to the website and read shit. So let's look at the partner countries, or what they call the reciprocal child support countries. Okay, let's do that. No, that's not what that is. Hold on. Okay, here we go. The HCCH has currently 91 members, 90 states and regional economic integration organization. For the dates of membership, please consult status data. Okay, that's all just, pretty much bland shit. But these are the member countries. Screenshot this shit on your phone if you want to. Okay, so let's go to the A's. Which one would be a place in the A section when niggas go? Okay, Argentina, for all you Latin cooch loving dudes. Let's go to B. Brazil. BBL day. Nigga, the BBL niggas. Yeah, nigga. Okay, I'm not laughing. I'm just, this is all just the irony. Okay, C's, Chile, Costa Rica. Oh shit! Actually, I got family there, man. This is the family. Okay, let's go to the D's. Here we go. Hold on. Look at that, Dominican Republic. So, and the thing about it is, like I said earlier, about what my father said, get me there and I'll handle the rest. Now, at this moment, I'll update it. Impregnate me and I'll handle the rest. That's what it's going to turn into. And I'm not hating, man. Let's go to the E's, okay? El Salvador, it's too dangerous there. You shouldn't go to that motherfucker. Ecuador is dangerous too. F, 2 European countries. You're most likely going to move there and live the good life with your little European princess. G's the same thing. Germany, Honduras is dangerous there. I wouldn't go to that motherfucker. Okay, let's go to the eyes. Okay. You see what's the eyes? You know, Europe, India. I don't know if you're gonna go to India. I don't know. Israel. You can't stay there unless you're Jewish. So, Italy, you guys aren't going there. Oh, here we go. Japan. For all you motherfuckers stationed in Japan, because we all know niggas love some Japan, your little geishas and shit. That's on the list. Kakistan. You niggas ain't going there. L's, you niggas aren't gonna go there necessarily. Let's go to M. Malaysia. I know you niggas know about Malaysia. Mexico. All you motherfuckers living in San Diego, or all you motherfuckers actually living in Mexico and going to work in San Diego, they got that worked out for you, just in case you plant your seed over there. And Namibia, for all you Pan-African niggas, I told y'all in one of my videos that the motherfuckers will fucking, turn the Manosphere into some Pan-African shit. So if you want to Namibia, yeah, they're waiting for you. Okay, let's go on to P's. Panama. Hey. Big up. They have motherfucker. You can go there if you want, man. It's a beautiful place, man. Oh shit, I was right. Philippines. I wasn't even sure they were on the list, but the Philippines is there, nigga. So you heard my revision. You heard my revised version of my father's quote. It's no longer get me there and I'll handle the rest. Is impregnate me and I'll handle the rest. R's. You niggas aren't going there. S's. South Africa. And they got some beautiful women in South Africa, nigga. Those big old butts and them fucking faces are gorgeous, nigga. Suriname. For all my Caribbean niggas who want to maybe move to Guyana and go back and forth between there and Suriname. Here we go. Oh, Thailand. There we go. Thailand's here. Thailand's on the list. The United Kingdom, of course, United States is right there. You see that. We're already here, but you get the idea. I think we're done with this shit. Zambia, is on the list. So yeah, you guys pretty much can figure out what I'm talking about. Find your places you can go, but do what you do, baby. I'm not a player hater. You know what I'm saying? But to give you a snapshot of something that's more official in terms of a domestic or a local or whatever you want to call it, a U.S. state or county, because this is something I left out. I read on the website where whether is reciprocal all depends on the state and county. So this is like a game of pinochle. It's a game of three-card Monte. You don't even know who will do this shit and who doesn't do this shit. So you got to pivot, player. You got to pivot. But here we go with the official county. This is, where is this? This is Westchester County right here. You see it, westchester.gov. That's in the great state of New York. So this is reciprocity with other countries. Okay, if your child's non-custodial parent lives outside of the United States, you can also still work with the Westchester County Office of Child Support Enforcement Program to establish paternity and or get a support order. So here we go. You can still work with the Westchester County Office of Child Support Enforcement. You can still work with them, establish paternity, get support order. And now I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100% funky. I'm not conspiratorial, but what this could work out to is getting arrears. Like you could have a bunch of motherfuckers like who are grown now, like for the motherfuckers who were, born during Vietnam, the Korean War, or motherfuckers who were stationed in the Philippines and shit in the 1980s. Now this motherfucker's grown. This motherfucker's the black motherfucker on the block. He's had to deal with that fucking racism all his life. For all you know, all these motherfuckers, you niggas, this is actually goes to the servicemen. Again, my servicemen, please be aware. This shit could mean this fucker could do like kids could do in America, because you could do this in America. If you owe arrears on any grown person and they could prove paternity, then yeah, they can get that arrears in a lump sum too. So for you people, and let's take it a step further. You got to pivot. You got to forecast. They could go after people's estates most likely if the father died, because they know the money's there. You know. So let's go to the list of countries. There are a total of 18 countries with which New York State has reciprocal agreements, and with which the United States government, which we are bound by as reciprocal agreements. You already see it right here. These are 18 countries. Let's see. The only one not on, like, so if you're on Westchester, you can still go to the Dominican Republic. I think that's not on the list. You know, you can't fuck with Mexico if you want to, but you get the idea. You get where I'm coming from, cuz. You get it, son. Word is born, B, kinfolk. You get where I'm coming from. Let's take it a step further, because I'm going longer than expected. But you see what's going on here. Reciprocity with other countries. And just to let you know, actually, let me do this. Ooh, damn it. Okay. Let's see. Damn, I thought I could fucking go back to that shit real quick. I'm actually doing more work than necessary. So let me do this. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So you got a county, an example. So check out your county. Like I said, it's a game of pinochle. You don't know where this shit really lands. You know, you don't know where they're going to get you. And this is not to sound paranoid, but to go back to this website, the HCCH website, this convention happened in fucking 2007. That's fucking 16 years ago, man. You motherfuckers really have a warped sense of time. So I don't know if you understand how long ago that was. So these motherfuckers have been working on this shit for some fucking time. This is not some fucking new shit. And they've been working on this so long. They've been working on it from the 23rd of November to 2007. And now we're in 2023, man. You do the math. I'm a dumb nigga, dog. But here we go. They've been working on this shit for so long that you already have this. You have fucking law firms now gearing up for this shit. They most likely have already, made a good chunk of change on this shit. Just how to collect child support internationally through, this is a law firm of McKinley Irvin Family Law. Look at the picture they use. They're diabolical. They go, oh God, I make myself laugh. I'm sorry, man. I know, man. If you're still with me, God bless you, man. God bless you, man. Oh shit, because this shit is daunting. Oh God. They are, and they got the list of countries for you, motherfuckers. Shit, there's bitches in these countries looking at the website right now saying, I want you to come visit me. Yeah, they got your DM and everything. They're like, yeah, come visit me, man. Yeah, you don't need condoms. Just come on over. I know those American women in the West are fucking annoying. Come on down to El Salvador. Come on down, man. I'm obedient. I'm fucking docile. I'm cooperative. What's another country on this list? Come to Portugal, just come. Where else? Oh, most of these countries are in the West, so it's not like, it's not, It's not the countries you niggas may go to. Who knows, you know? But bottom line is, these law firms are already creating a cottage industry for this shit. They're already working on it. I said it was 16 years, man. Look at this shit. I'm not gonna read this shit. I hate reading this shit because I already know what the fuck they're gonna say, dog. The picture alone lets me know what the fuck's going on here, and it's not a coincidence. They use you know, a Eurocentric looking child. You know, he could be Hispanic, but you see he has straight hair and shit and a narrow nose. Who knows? You know, but bottom line is it's to, you know, to let all these ladies know we're here for you. Come get that American Yankee. He's no good. You know, I know he promised you the world. We're gonna give you the world, girl. But yeah, that's it, man. That's just my little piece of help to the Black Manosphere, because I was supposed to make a video in response to Tiasan Johnson's last video on black male life expectancy rates, and I really did make the video. I did, but that shit is 3 hours long, nigga. And I don't know. And I've talked a bunch of shit, but I may make a shorter version of that video because I commented on Tiasan Johnson's channel. Excuse me, man. I need to stop doing that. Dr. Tiasan Johnson. I commented on his channel and he said, hey, make a video if you want solutions. Because I asked him, what's your solution for this? Because that's what turned me off from homie. You know, I don't want the doom and gloom. I know this shit's hard out here. You don't have to tell me this shit. And yeah, I love the data. But sometimes data doesn't matter if it's the blood is splattered all over the wall, nigga. The fuck? Nigga, they killed Reginald Lewis, nigga. Nigga was a billionaire, the first black billionaire. First. Shit. So I know it's hard out here for a pimp. But yeah, man. Again, to close this out, you know, let's stop this. To close this out, the Black Manosphere, the professionals will have to take over. And that, I don't know BGS Igmore's credentials. I don't know. He sounds like a very intelligent man. And for him, as an elder, you have to step up. These long forums where you just ramble, or these emotionally striking videos you make, that Star Wars intro, you're gonna have to cut that shit out, okay? Nobody's playing with you, okay? That's why I said you radicalize Kevin Samuels. Your fucking media game is spectacular, okay? I know you sound like you're speaking straight from the hip, like I'm doing right now, like no editing, but man, I swear, you may use some software because the shit sounds good, okay? And you may have a professional like chop, copy, and paste and all that other shit, but you're gonna have to step it up too. But for all you random motherfuckers, y'all, you're gonna have to step out the way and just be a fucking support system for the professionals. Because like I said with Tariq, and this is really for the Tariq part, you're gonna need some professionals to deal with homie. And when it comes to the whole child support thing, that fucking Dennis Sperling motherfucker is gonna have to do a lot of pro bono work for these niggas out here. Like, I don't know this nigga Alton Hollerman at all, but if he's out here raw dogging it out here, which I don't advise you to do, man, what's the nigga's name? Dennis Sperling will have to fucking help you out, do some pro bono work, you know, work out deals for this Black Manosphere niggas, you know. But that's it, man. And I'm done. Take care. Love you. Peace.